Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Shadow, aka the Frozen Shadow Collector, and welcome to another video on my channel. For today's video, guys, we're going to be doing something different. I thought it'd be cool to show off my other collections. I did do a video on my One Piece figurine collection set a few weeks ago, so I thought, why not bring more of this stuff to the channel? So if you guys are excited for that, be sure to hit that thumbs up down below, make it blue, make it shine, all those good things, and I hope you guys enjoy this type of content. Let me know down below if you want to see more things like this or other things like this and all that good stuff. At the core of this channel, it would still be Disney limited edition dolls, but I thought it'd be cool to branch out a little, and I hope you guys are into that. So without further ado, guys, let's head right into the video. Alright, here we go. So first off, as you can see before you, we got 3 different series. We're going to start with So I'm a Spider, So What? The reason why we're starting with this, because I absolutely love this story. It's so amazing, and honestly, this is how I found out what the difference is between a manga and a light novel, because for the longest time, I thought they were the exact same. It's just, this would be more faster paced and shorter than an actual manga, but it turns out that this is just basically a storybook in America, so it'll be like a normal novel, which I guess it would make sense considering that these are called Japanese light novels. Yeah, so I probably should have figured that out from the name light novel, but for some reason I did it, and you know, it is what it is. But this story is such a good story. I absolutely love it. I also ordered the manga version of this, so I will be reading that as well. But this is a fantastic story, guys. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's like Slime, and people like to say that this is a ripoff of Slime, but in reality, these 2 stories came around the same time period, so, you know, it is what it is. Like, I don't know why people like to say things are ripped off from a popular series, when reality is that there's another story that's exactly similar to that story that came out beforehand, but it's just not well known. So I don't like that mentality that it's ripped off from another series when in factuality it's not. And then next to it, we got one of my classic favorites, The Testament of Sister New Devil. So if you guys are into ecchi mangas at all, this will do the trick for you 100%. There is another version of this series that's called The Testament of Sister New Devil Storm, I believe. That's the more exotic version of this. So if you guys want more adultery content, I suggest going that route. So yeah, this is a wonderful series, honestly. Even without all the ecchi stuff in it, it's still fantastic in my opinion. I 100% suggest reading this. It's a good story. 100%. And next to it, we got Ruby. So Ruby it's something that Rooster Teeth came up with. And Rooster Teeth is an American-based company, so this isn't a Japanese manga per se, but it is written in Japanese style. And you can kind of tell the difference between the 2 if you're really looking, because while it does come close, or very close to look as like a traditional manga, there is a difference between the 2, 100%, and size is probably one of those differences, but then again, all mangas are this size, so it is what it is. But I haven't read this one yet at all. I just picked it up because I thought it looked cool, and I'll probably read it eventually. I mean, it seems like a good series, so I'll probably read that up. But yeah, this is done by an American production company, so yeah. So yeah, these are the 3, I would say, I don't want to say minor, because this one I have 5 of them, and there's like maybe 10 of them together, I think, something like that. And then I have 3 copies of this one. I want to say the lesser known series is what these would be. Yeah, I'll put it that way. These are like more lesser known series. And I have a bunch more next to me. We'll get into those shortly. But yes, I do highly suggest this because this looks absolutely phenomenal. I hope this turns out well on the camera, but there's this artwork right here. It looks absolutely amazing. I really hope that this is showing well on the camera. I can't really tell because the camera's all the way up there and I'm down here. So yeah, this looks absolutely amazing, guys. So I would 100% look into it. It looks super cool, looks super awesome. I really hope this is showing. But yeah, I highly suggest going into it. It's not expensive, you know, it's a price as a traditional light novel slash manga, so yeah. So let's get one to the bigger ones that I have. So here we go. One of the big ones that I do have as like one of the popular series is Tokyo Ghoul. I don't have all of them, I only have the first 3, but this is a fantastic series. If you're a fan of Gantz or Gantz Zero, if you've seen that movie, this is a series for you. This has like the same feel to it, the same goriness, the same life-threatening. It's 100% amazing. I highly suggest the series. I got into this because I watched Gantz honestly. That's how I found this series out, and I know there's like a collector's edition for this series. I'm not sure if I'll get it like right off the bat or I'll wait for it because I want to take my time through this series and I don't want to be like pressured, and I think I'll keep the collection box as like, you know, as like a trophy, as for a collector's item, that type of thing. So, and we got a detailed picture here off the bat. It's honestly a great story. It's very spooky, very gory, very blood driven. I highly suggest it. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's Tokyo Ghoul. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. This is actually one of the more popular ones, so hopefully y'all have heard of it. If not, then maybe you want to check it out for yourself. It's honestly pretty good. I highly suggest it. When you get into a new series, I suggest just getting like 1 or 2 of the mangas, not the whole set, in case you don't like it. So yeah, just get like the first or second copy. If you like it, then I suggest you read it. If not, then, you know, here's what it is. And then next we have Terraformer. So Terraformers, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read this at all. I just thought it looked futuristic and very cool, but I haven't read any of this whatsoever. So, oh, that looks cool. Is that a bug? Okay. So yeah, it's an interesting story. I think I was not expecting a giant bug to be there, so it's probably gonna be like Star Trek in a way. I think that's the best way to compare this to, just by looking at it. But yeah, it definitely looks cool. If you guys know anything about this or you're a fan of this series, let me know down below. And yeah, I'll check it out and see what you guys think of it. I mean, the art is pretty cool. That's pretty good art right there. And this is pretty nice too. This is like one of the gory scenes, I think. I'm looking at it upside down. For you guys, it'll be right side up, but for me, it's upside down. So yeah, that's another series that I got going on here. And then one of my personal favorites is Full Metal Alchemist. So I got into this series by watching the original anime that came out, I think 2006, or I forget when it came out. But the original run where the producers just kind of created their own storyline because they caught up to the manga too fast. And honestly, the original storyline, it was okay. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it got me into wanting to read the manga, and I thought the manga was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely loved the series. And then when Brotherhood came out, I fell in love with it from the start. I was just like, it's a very wholesome story. Of course, Brotherhood does have some arcs cut out of it. The main reason for that is because they kind of assumed people watched the first series run through, so they kind of cut the minor arcs out, like the mining town, which makes sense. I mean, the mining town itself isn't really necessary if we're being honest, but I guess you can make an argument that it is necessary because the villain of that town ends up becoming a somewhat important side character later in the series. I don't want to say like important, but he does show up a lot. I'll say that much. So yeah, this is a fantastic read, guys. I 100% recommend reading this, going through if you haven't. If you're looking for something to start out with, 100% start out with this. 100%, this is a great story. So I have like, I want to say the book volumes, I guess, or I mean it's just 3-in-1, so I'll just put it as that. I have the 3-in-1 volumes here. So as you can see, I don't have 7, 8, and 9 because when I got these, I was in England and They didn't have 7, 8, and 9, so I just got 10, 11, 12. So yeah, I will end up getting the whole series, and I'll probably buy the box set if there's one. I haven't really looked into if there was a box set, but yeah, this is 100% a fantastic read. I 100% recommend going through it. And last but not least, guys, let's push this all to the side and we'll get to the main event. Alright, here we go. So the main event time. Fairy Tail. This is 100% my favorite series of all time. Favorite manga, favorite anime. I absolutely love it. I think the anime is like, I want to say around 300, 400 episodes. Something like that. I never really paid attention to the number of episodes. But it's like a quarter of One Piece, if you really want to think of it that way. Because One Piece right now, I'm pretty sure it's around like 900 episodes or something like that. So it's like a fraction of that. But in my opinion, this is a much better story. Once again, my opinion. Don't get butthurt over that. Because to me, this is a read that gets you engaged in the story and makes you want to care about every character in it. While One Piece, it feels like a chore to read. If I'm being completely honest, One Piece feels like a chore to read compared to this. This is an amazing story. I 100% love it. I'll be getting the collector's edition of the individual 64 mangas themselves. So it won't just be these master editions that recently came out. I'll probably be getting the collector's edition of the manga. So yes, this is 100% my favorite series of all time. Let me spread these out so you get a look of the main covers. Here we go. Honestly, this is my favorite cover thus far. This is a fantastic cover. I absolutely love this. And then we got these. Of course, Lucy, Nanatsu, and Happy. This is 100% one of the best series out there. I don't care what anyone says. It is a shonen manga. I don't care what anyone says. It is 100% shonen. In Japan, it was serialized in the shonen magazine there, so it is a shonen manga. I do not give a shit what anyone says. Just because it wasn't serialized in shonen overseas, I don't care. So if we're gonna establish the argument that if you watch it, that you need to watch it in sub, then we need to establish the fact that this is the shonen. Because, like, if we're gonna make the argument, like, you need to hear it in Japanese voices, then let's make the case that this is 100% shonen. Because this is shonen in Japan. Just saying. This is where it originated from. And, you know, it's a shonen there. Just saying. So yeah. This is 100% my favorite series ever. I 100% love it. I 100% recommend it. If you're into like guilds, magic wizards, mages, all that type of stuff, celestial spirits, dragons. They're all dragons in the story, by the way. Mainly, you see the dragons towards the third quarter of the series. I think that's where they really show up, around there, the third quarter of it. But yes, 100% fantastic read. Absolutely love it. If you guys haven't heard of it or haven't picked it up or want to pick it up or wasn't sure about it, 100% pick it up. I guarantee you, you won't regret it. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to show off my collection here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more things like this. Let me know down below in the comments what else you want to see. And yeah, I hope to grow this channel. I hope to expand it out into more than what it already is. Hope you guys are okay with that. And that's going to do it for me. I'll see y'all next time.